Hey there friends, it's Meghann Andrew with you today, and I am so excited to show you how I used one of our winter 2023 issue 10 Most Wanted Products, the Sealed by Spellbinders collection, to create two simple and elegant cards. Let's take a look at how easy it is to create wax seals. What I'm showing you here is the wax seal starter kit. It comes packaged in this beautiful box, and when you pull off the sleeve, all of your instructions are inside. When you open the box, you'll find the silicone work mat on top and then the wax bead warmer on the left. This is what you'll use a tea light candle in to warm up your wax. This is a wax seal stamp, and this one says "For You." The spoon where you'll heat up your wax beads, and 100 of the gold wax beads, which are really beautiful. This is such a great starter kit to get you introduced to creating your own wax seals. Now let's take a look at how I used it. I have my tea light there and my spoon is already hot. I'm putting 4 beads of the gold that came in the starter kit into my spoon to warm them up. And you can see how quickly those are melting. To make sure those beads are all the way melted, I'm going to grab a toothpick just to get that nice and smooth. And then it's ready for me to pour. So I take the spoon and I pour directly onto the silicone mat. And the goal here, because my seal is circular, I want to try to get as close to a circle as I can. Now that takes a little bit of practice, but I assure you that even if your shape is slightly off, it's still going to look beautiful. While my spoon is still hot, I'm using a paper towel to wipe it out and get all of the wax off. It only takes about 15 seconds for your seal to set, and it's that simple and easy. And then you can peel it off of your silicone mat. So I have a lovely gold For You seal. Now the goal is to get that seal directly in the middle of the wax so that the edges are even. Next, I'm grabbing some other wax seal products from the shop. The All Occasions 1 seal, some fuchsia beads, pastel lilac, enchanted, and coral. These are all gorgeous colors. And Spellbinders carries a rainbow of wax beads in their shop to choose from. One of the things I love is that you can mix and match these beads to create really fun color combinations. So here I'm using 1 of the pastel lilac and 3 of the enchanted beads to melt those together to create a beautiful marbled effect. While that melts, I'm going to change my seal to the oval seal in the All Occasion 1 set that includes some wildflowers on it. I'm going to make sure that this is mixed really well, that it gives that nice marbled effect when I pour it. And I'm thinking that I'm going to try to pour it more in an oval shape since I'm using an oval. And I place that down just in the center. And it's not perfect, but it's still really beautiful. Then I wipe out my spoon. After just a few seconds, the seal is ready to be picked off of the silicone mat. And I love that gorgeous marbled effect. It's really lovely. Next, I'm going to use this coral mix, and I love it because it already includes 4 different coral colors. So as soon as you mix those together, and I'm going to use 3 of the different 4 colors, it's going to give you a beautiful marbled effect. Once that starts to melt, I'm going to gently mix that together. Be sure not to overmix or you won't get that beautiful marbled effect. I'm trying a different technique here with my spoon to get it more circular, and I think this technique works out a bit better for me. And then I'm going to place my seal on top and just let that sit for about 15 seconds. And I love this reveal when you pull off the seal, and this one is beautiful. It really is just stunning. It says "For You," so it's like having a sentiment and an embellishment all in one, and I love that. Now I have 2 seals here that I'm going to move forward with to make some cards, and I have a metallic paint marker. Make sure that it's metallic before you buy a gold or a silver. It really makes a difference in the shine level. And I'm just touching the top of the seal so that it's only coloring the raised portion. You have to go easy on this. Make sure that you don't have too much paint on the tip of that pen. You're just highlighting the raised portion of the designs. So I just highlighted the "for you" sentiment, and now I'm highlighting those flowers on this oval seal. I have two embossed A2 card panels already created on the left using the Peppermint Stripes embossing folder, and on the right, the Dazzling Dots embossing folder. I am going to top these with die cut focal points that I created using the Essential Hexy Gems dies and the Essential Floral Reflection dies, which you can see here. These panels will help to draw your eye to the flowers and the wax seals that are going to be topping these cards. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere those to the top of the card panels. Next, I'm grabbing flowers cut using the Sealed Blooming Stems die cut set. And these create lovely leaves and flowers and little buds to top your cards and to seal with your wax seals. I love that you can cut these in so many different color combinations to get a different look every time. So on this one, which is on the Essential Floral Reflection die, I'm keeping that in the center because I love the way that that circular wax seal sits nicely down the bottom of that shape. On the right side with my Essential Hexy Gems panel, I'm going to go towards the left side of the card and keep my flowers more toward the right. I'm going to gather them together in a little bouquet and then place them down on the card front once I get an arrangement that I like. Now the card on the left has a sentiment built into the wax seal, but for the card on the right, I'm using a Hexy Gem sentiment that I've already cut and foiled with my Glimmer hot foil system. So it's shiny and pretty and it matches the gold in the seal. So I'm using that seal to essentially hold the flowers and the sentiment there on that card on the right. So this is another must-have product for these seals. These are the Sealed by Spellbinders wax seal stamp adhesive circles. So you place the adhesive circle on the back of your seal and it gives you a really great adhesive surface for adhering your flower petals to, and it peels off really easily. So I'm just going to hold my flowers in place and place that seal directly on top so that I can pick up my flowers. Then I'm going to add a little bit more glue to the top. Since I have quite a few floral stems layered on top of each other, I want to make sure that this is adhered down really well. I'm also going to put a few dots of glue on the back of my leaves and anything that I don't want to pop up. Once I have that glue in place, I'm going to flip it over and add that to my card front. It's also good to use something heavy to press down while that glue is drying, so I'm using an acrylic block here and I'll set my card aside while I work on the next one. Before I add some liquid glue, I'm going to trim the stems so that those are all a nice even length and look nice on the edge of my card. Again, I'm going to use an acrylic block to push down that wax seal and hold that down until the adhesive is completely dry. I'm going to turn back to my other card and just pop up a few of the florals. This is a really easy step that adds a lot of dimension, and I think it's totally worth the time. I'm going to do the same with my second card and add some dimensional adhesive to a few of those flowers and get all of the other elements in place with some liquid glue. Because the wax seal is embellishment in itself, I'm not going to add much else to the card except for a few sparkly gold enamel dots. And with that, my two simple and elegant wax seal cards are completed, and I just love the way they turned out. The Sealed by Spellbinders collection creates beautiful wax seals that you can make for any card project. I just love that dimension, that extra color and interest that they add to these simple and elegant cards. It's so simple to get started with this technique using the starter kit from Spellbinders, which gives you a little bit of everything that you need to get going. Then you can add on top of that with different seals and different wax beads. I hope you guys have as much fun as I did with this technique, and be sure to follow us here at SCT Magazine for more exciting new products and techniques. Thanks so much for watching, and happy creating.